Okay, day 75 of trying to become a SOC analyst on LetsDefend. Running out of interesting alerts. The only high one left is scheduled. What is it? Scheduled task created. So let's take ownership of that, and then we've just got mediums left. So if we have a look at the alert, scheduled task created, possible malware, and it looks like it's been caused by GoogleUpdate.exe. We've been given a hash, and device action's been classed as blocked, and we've got given a copy of the download too. So let's have a look at this one. Start like always by looking at the hash. And it's been flagged as community score 30. So it seems like it's legitimate. If we take a quick look at the community notes, so it's a bit 50-50, there's a lot saying here malicious. So this is not a great amount of help for us. Where is my alert? Back here. Let's download it. Okay, download the file. 8.2. We'll take the file, just the folder I normally put on my malware. Unzip 8.2. Infected. Slow it down. Okay. MD5, some Google. Yeah, matches. Okay, so we've got our file there. Let's go to any run. Old Joe Sandbox, but I prefer any run. Let's go any run. And Google Update. Let's run it in a Windows 10. Oh. Sorry. Can I not run Windows 10 anymore? Get Windows exclusive features. Oh, you need to upgrade to do that. When did that happen? Oh, I went. Did I? No, for Hunter only. They must have changed. Oh, that's a bummer. Alright, anyway. When that change went through, I feel like I ran a Windows 10 detonation just a couple of days ago. So we've got it fired up here anyway. And alright, trying to connect up to Google. We've got, what have we got this flagged for? Executing a file with an untrusted certificate. Oh, upgrade sales as well. Okay. Okay, so we've got the warning for untrusted cert, but otherwise we've only had it reach out to Google. Interesting one. So what's our endpoint here? Maxim. let's see what's happening on the endpoint, because I still don't quite understand what's going on with that updater. Okay, we've got a PowerShell that's ran. We've got no info on that. Run DLL. Terminal history. Okay. So this is what's flagged it. Create a daily task name Google Update. Run program files Google Update at 11 o'clock. Okay. Let's just see if Google sets the scheduled task for update. Okay. Yes, Google runs scheduled task commonly named Google Update task machine core. Task machine core. These tasks typically check for updates once an hour or upon user log on to ensure software is current. Okay. And just going back to the virus total. Can we see signers, Google Inc. Okay. I think we could be confident enough to try and run our playbook now. And my working assumption is that it's a legitimate file, and it's been flagged because the task schedule was created. Not necessarily because it was malicious, because it was a rule that they have in place to try and catch malware. So that's an interesting point before we continue on the playbook. I did not look at log management, which I feel was a mistake, so let's just cover that quickly. Okay, so deckpack.com CGI get. That's looking very malicious. And that's also looking rather malicious. And that's Jan 21. And when was our alert for this one? Feb 14. Okay, so the dates aren't lining up with our alert. But let's just see if that URL is listed. No notes on what it is though. Okay, antivirus unknown or unexpected service. Oh, it's not launched for system boot. Let's go with other. I think none of those match. So we're going to say that it was classed as blocked. But the action that was blocked it would have been when they ran their installer. like the update process, it would have went to create the task and then it was blocked. So I'm going to say quarantined. I'm going to say that it's not malicious. And I think we're just going to have to go with that. So we've got our MD5 from our sample. GoogleUpdate.exe. We really have no other artifacts of interest. I'll pause the video and I'll write some notes. Okay, so I've written up my notes here. We've mapped it to scheduled task. We've got the who. Activity was detected on host Maxim. The process involved the executable GoogleUpdate.exe on the endpoint. The alert SOC124 scheduled task created triggered due to creation of a scheduled task associated with Google Update. Scheduled tasks are commonly used by both legitimate software and malware for persistence. In this case, the executable name and behavior align with Google's legitimate update mechanism, and we confirm that with Google search. We've got the time stamp of when it occurred, the where, we've got our source host name Maxim, source IP, process the GoogleUpdate.exe, and activity scheduled task creation on the endpoint. And then we've got our why. The alert was triggered due to a detection of a scheduled task creation event, which is often associated with persistence techniques. However, investigation shows that Google Update is a legitimate Google compound used to maintain automatic updates via scheduled tasks. The hash and behavior are consistent with normal Google Update operations and no additional suspicious activity was observed. The alert is classified as a false positive, representing legitimate system activity. So we can close the playbook. I think my notes are too long, so I think the why covers it. We'll get rid of the when. Alright, there we go. Sometimes LetsDefend doesn't like too many line count. Okay, we've got our alert. Let's close the alert. We're going to go with false positive. We're on our 67-day streak, and okay, so it was a false positive and it was blocked and quarantined. So we got that one right. It was an interesting case because with the virus total results initially, even if we go back, they'll be here. Normally when you have a common file, like if we use, I don't know if I've got the MD5, let me see this example, MD5 CMD. Maybe I need to be a bit more specific. MD5 or CMD in Windows 11. Oh, it's not going to show me, but what I wanted to illustrate was if I got the MD5 of like a legitimate process such as CMD or PowerShell, and you put in virus total, it normally gives you a little warning that it is a whitelisted program, and I would have thought that with the Google being, one of the most popular browsers, Chrome, that they might have had a whitelist if it was legitimate. That's what threw me off a little bit. So just to explain my thinking a little bit, but we did end up eventually looking at the logs and Googling the task, and it all aligned to being legitimate. We also ran it in any run. Bit of a warning about the untrusted certificate, but in retrospect it's probably because the certificate's probably out of date, because this alert's from 2001. It's now 2026, so likely the certificate is expired. But in the end we got it right. I'm just trying to explain my thinking behind the alert and what I learned from it. And I'll see you on day 76. Thank you.